Good evening. Hi Samyukta. Hi Shobha. Welcome. Hi Sujata. Good evening. Very good evening to one and all. Welcome to Jaishi Narayanan Creations. This is going to be something different, a fusion style of work, uh, just to mark the Chaturthi. So this will be a Chaturthi special, and we'll be creating a frame with Meenakari style of work and with the gold gilded Ganesha. So welcome you all once again. And before we start, as a regular feature of our channel, let me congratulate two persons who have done the earlier creations, the work. Hi Geeta. Hi Rekha, welcome. Hi Anuradha. Good evening and welcome to Jaishi Narayanan Creations. So let me just make a mention of those two who have shared the creations to me, which they have done it after watching my earlier live sessions. So the first one is Rekha Ashwath Narayan, who has done the watercolor work on canvas, and this is going, I believe she is going to gift it to her friend. Let me just, this is the work she has done. And the second one is Samyukta's. She has made a pendant, both the front and the back side. She has created the pattern, so even if the pendant turns and twists also, it will be, you will not have a different look, so it will be very nice. Congratulations for the idea and thanks for the sharing also. So keep creating. Thank you so much. And anybody else? Yeah, that's it. Okay, now we will begin the session. Okay, let me adjust the camera and we will begin the class. Okay. Okay, let me just lower the camera to the working space. Just let me know whether the focusing is perfect. Okay, this is the space. Fine. Done. First, let me just brief about the materials required for the same. Okay, we need the materials required for this kind of work are an MDF cutout. It is in the shape of a jeroka. So this you need, and then to work on it, to create the pattern, we need the design sheet. That is the design. I have composed it, drawing the outline of the jeroka. I have just composed the pattern on the paper, so which will help you to go with the proceedings. Okay, and then the inner piece will be the Ganesh of your choice. You can choose any form of Ganesha. Here I have taken it from the Pinterest, so this is really good looking, so I thought I will do with this, and very simple also. You can make it in no time. Say for example, just within 2 days you can create. Day after tomorrow, that is Monday is Chaturthi, right? So day after, by tomorrow you can complete the work and enjoy, celebrate the Chaturthi in a grand manner with your creations. Okay, and then of course an OHP sheet. You are not going to do it directly on the MDF cutout. In case if you want to do it also, you can do. But here I am using an MDF, an OHP sheet. Okay, these two are important. And then apart from this, you need glass colors. Since this is Meenakari style of work and belongs to Rajasthan, the colors which we will be using here are mostly it will be of pink, red, green, yellow and blue. So these are the main colors which they follow and they use it for Meenakari style of work. Okay. So we are also going to stick with the same color combination. And then for the Ganesha, to paint on the Ganesha we need pearl metallic gold, and for outlining you need black. And apart from that, just to touch up here and there on to add little beauty to the work, we will be leaving some of the acrylic colors also. This is just an optional. Okay, you can use or not. And then of course the brushes. The brushes of course are flat and round brushes. You can use. I'm sure we are all into art and craft. We will be dumped with so many brushes and other stuffs on the art materials. So you can use those materials also. Then the gold gilding leaves, the gold leaves which is available in the market, you can source for it. I'm sure you will be having it because we have done a work using this. So the remaining will be there. Better try to use those remaining sheets, and later on once it gets over you can buy the new pack. Okay. And then we need marble powder and Fevicol mixed and put it in a paper cone. So here I have put it in the paper cone because I am not going to do this part here because we have already done it in a different episode. So you can watch that, the proportion, mixing, all the stuff. So let us not waste time in that. And you need Fevicol and MR and the marble powder mixed and put it in a cone. So this is also important. Then of course to cut the gold sheet you need a scissors. Understand? And when we talk about Meenakari, we need the gold liner because it's a fusion sort of. So we need the pearl metallic gold liner, glue for sticking the stones, and the stones are 4 mm or 5 mm you can use because this is quite a bigger size Jaroka. So I have taken 5 mm green, red and then white also. So these are 3 other materials which you need. So with this we come to the end of the materials list, and then now we move on to the main work. Let me just arrange everything. And before we start, let me wish you all an advanced Chaturthi wishes. Meenakari is one second. You can pin it up also till you finish the coloring, but here I am not going to. So I will you can just pin all the 4 corners to make sure that you don't disturb the design while coloring. Okay. All the 3 are of the same size, that is the design sheet, the OHP sheet and the butter paper in between the 2 are all of the same size. So definitely you will not go wrong while doing the work. Or if you want, you can just tape it on the base also. Okay. Minakari is a process of painting and coloring the surface of metals. So using metals and then enhancing it or the tiles, even the ceramic tiles through enameling. The kind of work which they do for the this thing Meenakari is enameling. But here on the other hand, I think it's moved to one side, is it? Please let me know. I'm not able to see any comments. Let me just come back again. Yes. Now I could see. Hi Shanti, good evening. Yeah, I know you are from Sri Lanka. Thank you so much for joining the session. Stay tuned forever. Okay. Hi Rekha. Yes, Rekha, this was done earlier. This is a Kerala Miro style of work done on a box. It's a paper box. So I did it long ago. Thank you, Samyukta. Thanks for the compliment. So wish you all a happy Chaturthi once again. Initially, this art was done on gold, but later on they shifted the metals to other metals like copper, silver, and etc. Okay, so now we are going to do with gold only. So we will be using the pearl metallic gold color, pearl metallic gold liner, and then the glass colors. Instead of enameling, the enameling part will be dealt with the glass colors. Of course, it's Fevical colors. So there are certain colors which are very commonly used for Meenakari style of work. So let us also stick to the same color combination and do the work. Now once the design is placed properly, then we will start the coloring. The coloring should be as far as possible. We are not normally, this is I told you this is like a sort of a glass painting now, using the glass colors. So normally what we will do is we will do the outline first and then start filling the color. If it is black, then absolutely no issue. You can do the outline first and then fill the glass colors. But here on the other hand, we are going to use the pearl metallic gold liner. So I don't want this pearl metallic gold line work on the OHP sheet to get disturbed. So what I will do is I always follow this technique. That's why my work I personally believe in the perfect and the good finish of my work. So what I do is I do the coloring first. I will wait, I will take more time because once you draw the outline, the boundary line, then you can easily fill the colors and finish it in no time. But here it is on the other hand, the coloring is done first and then the liner work later. So it's a little time consuming. So you have to be very careful in the coloring part. So you cannot do simultaneously everything together. So you need to leave space, you need to do the coloring on alternate patches. Wait for the colors to dry and then add the second color in the in-between gaps. Okay, and then finally we do the outline work with the pearl metallic gold. This is my procedure of doing the work to get a perfect finish, and I request all of you to do the same way, to follow the same method and finish your article also. Center விட்டு தள்ளி இருக்கா, இப்போ சரியா இருக்கா? Just let me know. Is it correct now? Hi Vasanti ma'am, good evening. Please let me know, Samyukta, whether this is placed perfectly. Hi Usha. Because in my thing it is correct. Yeah, I think now it is okay. This is going to be something very, very interesting. And then you all know that this belongs to Rajasthan, right? And mostly circled in, centered at Jaipur. Okay. Okay, now the colors which I am going to use are pink. Then we have crystal green. Then we have tomato red. Then we have orange also comes in the 10 colors pack. So I am going to use little bit of orange also. And then golden yellow. Then we have same color. Sea blue. Because I like sea blue rather than the ultramarine. So I have taken sea blue. These are all repetition. And brown also. Little bit brown also. Okay. So these are the colors we will be using right now. Fine. Let us start. From the top. The top one will be brown. Let me start with brown. So this is not going to be a continuous coloring. We will leave gaps and then start the coloring. Okay. So now water based colors, so absolutely no bubble should be transferred onto the base. See to it that you are little more cautious rather. Just apply the color first and then using a brush either the back side of the brush or with the bristles you can spread it to the full patch. So you could see the drawing, then slightly spread it. Don't use a nozzle of the brush. When there are lines, the boundary lines, then you might as well use a nozzle, but here on the other hand there is no boundary line at all. So you are just applying the color and then after that you are adjusting it with the back side of the brush. I feel this is very comfortable and you get a perfect finish also. Sometimes for Meenakari work what I will do is, after giving the first filling, I do wait for the color to dry and then go for a second coat on top also sometimes for certain colors, because I want to have a 3D effect, so I always do that. Here also you can wait for the color to dry first and then later you can give a second coat on top, okay, because at places it is little lighter. Fine. Now this is done. This is perfect. Okay. Now we will move on to the next color. It's going to be green. Leave the immediate gap next to the brown and you have the third patch. There we can give green. So once again, just release the air bubble and then start the filling. Green and all, I wanted it a little darker and thicker also the application, so you can add more of the color. Now there are two air bubbles. Let me just break it before start the spreading. See, this is easier. Don't you feel this is easier? Do celebrate this Chaturthi with this kind of creation. Fine. Then leave the next gap and then take pink. We will fill the this thing lotus with pink first, and then the gaps around it will be done with a different color later on, not immediately. Once the pink dries, we can start with the next color. This pink also better to add more of the glass color so that you will get a thick application. I am going to add more of the color. See, there is one air bubble coming along with the nozzle. So what I will do is, through suction force, I will just take the bubble back into the tube. One or two bubbles are there, very tiny ones. You need to break it immediately, otherwise it's very difficult for us to remove the bubble. Or else you push it to the corner so that when you do the line, the outline with the whatever color you decide to do, so this bubble will get hidden. It will not disturb your work. So glass painting seems to be something interesting and very easy, but still there are points to be remembered to get a perfect finish for your work. Okay. Then the next one, we will do the main outer frame. So here for the main outer frame, this is going to be blue for the flowers. See how to apply the color for the flowers over here is just make a plus mark while applying the color. Just make a plus mark and then start spreading it following the design, so that it will be easier for you to get a uniform pattern throughout. Even though in case if your designing is little different, or while when you do the freehand work, there will be some sort of differences. So to avoid all those steps, just put a plus mark with the paint, squeeze little extra and then start spreading the color, forming the same pattern throughout. These are some of the colors and some of the commonly used motifs I have taken for this outer frame. So you can also follow the same thing. Okay. I will do one side, the other side I will show it in the finished article. Don't use the bristles of the brush, always use the back side of the brush for the proper application, spreading of colors. We have one more flower. Apply it in a plus form and then spread it. Okay, now similarly the bottom also the same color combination, and here we have green for the sides, lot of air bubbles. See how I am getting it back onto the tube itself. Just by the suction force you release the color, right? Then you release your finger, automatically with the force it gets back into the tube. Then in between the green it's going to be brown. So what I will do is I will apply that brown on the other side. Here the center patch will be brown. So in this case on the left hand side frame we cannot do it immediately because there is no boundary line. The boundary line which we are going to do will be with the pearl metallic gold. So better not to do it first and then start the coloring. Okay, do the coloring first and then do the outline. I will give you the design, no issues. I will give you, you just complete it and share it to me. Okay. Then take orange. Take orange. Just fill this gap, center gap. Sorry, not the outer alone, not the flower. Just apply very little for each square and then try to spread the color as usual with the back side of the brush. Before spreading it, break the bubbles. Here also just around the floral pattern. Apply blue, apply orange, because the flower pattern is going to be with blue all over on the left hand side frame, right hand side, and for the base flowers also. Okay, now this is done. Base is also over. Okay, now coming to the bottom, take yellow, not this is going to be yellow, so I don't want to start with yellow now, because the green, yellow and brown, all those things will get mixed, so it will be a messy. So leave off the next portion and move on to the last one, which is going to be brown again. So just take the color, try to fill it, give a thicker coat, the application should be more. Yes, done. Okay, now this portion, the arch to the inner will be tomato red. You get it in the pack. So this is tomato red. Apply the color. A little thicker application is advised. Now spread it with a brush. Please pin it up because it's moving, getting disturbed. I just forgot. But when you are doing it, you can do that way. Okay. See how perfect is the spreading with the back side of the brush. Just touch the line, the pencil mark, what you see through the OHP sheet, and try to push the color, thereby filling the gap. Done. Okay, so you repeat the same pattern, the same technique and all over the OHP sheet. Okay, then leave it to dry completely. I have one such finished piece on which we will be working right now. So this is how you need to apply the color. Don't draw the outline and don't use the black outliner which comes with the pack, because black is not recommended here for the outline. So use only the direct color application first and then start enhancing it with the pearl metallic gold. So we have done the coloring. Now we will start with the gold work and other stuffs with the piece. So let me just clear the space and I will show you the finished one on which we will be working right now. I'll just leave this aside. Just give me a minute. Okay, done. Now just see, we have done the work and this is dried completely. Okay. Just see this. Is it clear? Any doubts so far? See, I have given the red color, and for the lotus I have given pink, and once the pink is dried I have given yellow, and similarly for the top edge of the side frame it is yellow, then pink with the blue flowers floral pattern, then green and brown, then pink and blue here, then orange, and then brown, the same colors which I showed you right now. Now we will start the work. Using the pearl metallic gold liner, you need to outline it. Here the lines should be very thick. Don't restrict yourself to a thinner line. Use a thick line. Thank you, Samita. Thank you. Now here also you start from the top. Leave off the outline here, because after fixing it on the this thing, what do you call that, wooden frame, we will do the line, either the line or we will enhance it with the dots. Okay. Now start with the second line. Just make bold, thick lines. Okay. Then keep dots above it, and while keeping the dots, hold it upright and then give a touch, squeeze, take it to the base, give a touch, and then lift the liner up so that you get a perfect half pearls. Just hold it. Normally I used to tell you not to hold it upright, but would always recommend you to hold it sideways, but here it is on the other hand, it's different. So hold it upright and make dots like this. Give a press and then make dots. Okay. Then the second line on the green, just outline it, make it thick. Make thick outline. Some blot. Okay, fine. Yes, now I am getting it. Draw thick lines. I'll do on one side, then we will move on to the next step. Okay. Now in between, just join them before the two lines dry, so that you get a good finish. Don't wait for the parallel lines to dry and then start with this. Start immediately. And similarly for the lotus also. Let me draw the line first. And then what you do is, very close to this line, add tiny dots touching the line. From the line, you just pull the liner little down so that you get this kind of work with a pearl metallic gold line. Okay. These intricate works are done like this. They do it with the gold, either with the gold, silver, or copper wires also. Okay. Now coming to the lotus, draw the center petal first. Just outline it, and then the sides. Okay. Then coming to the, just see how I am doing the flower portion. Okay, I'll do it on the other side because it's difficult to keep my hand over there. Okay, now just draw the outline of the first one, then the center line. Leave it to dry. Okay, now coming to the main floral pattern, draw these two lines, one from the top and one from the bottom. Then you draw a straight line, then a small vertical line, short one, and then join this, thereby completing the pattern. Okay. Then the next line. Here you have gaps, so draw two lines and then join them immediately. Whenever there are two parallel lines, short ones, join them immediately before they dry. I'll repeat the floral pattern again. One straight line at the top, one at the bottom. Then you have two straight lines, two vertical, and then complete one side, then to the other. Okay. Here also draw one more and then join them immediately. You are just cutting them into small portions, and that should be done soon after the first two lines are drawn. Now, who is this real Darshan? May I know your name please? And thank you so much for your compliments. ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் நீங்கள் கமெண்ட் பண்ணதுக்கு. உங்கள் பேர் என்னன்னு கொஞ்சம் சொல்கிறீங்களா? யார் நீங்கள்? Place bold dots here. Okay. So one side it will be like this. Then coming to the bottom, now you have to be, Lakshmi ma'am, just hold the line up carefully and give equal pressure always in the center. Don't hold it here or at the end. Just place your thumb over here, give an equal pressure and then start squeezing it. Okay, keep pressing it, at the same time you drag the tube. ஓகேவா? ரொம்ப அழுத்திய ப்ரெஷர் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா திக்காக வந்துடும் லைன். கொஞ்சம் அப்பப்போ கை வலிக்கிறதுங்கிற மாதிரி ஃபீல் பண்ணிவிட்டு கொஞ்சம் திக் ப்ரெஷர் அண்ட் லெஸ் ப்ரெஷர் மாதிரி கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா அப்போ திக் அண்ட் தின்னாக தான் வரும். ஸோ while application you give a proper uniform pressure so that the liner comes out perfectly. Then here at the sides For the brown, it is just the outline, and after it dries you can draw the diagonal lines also. Then for the green, it's going to be the outline first. You can fit stones in the green, or you can make gold dots also. All those stuffs are one's own creativity. Here I will place gold dots, because on green at places gold will enhance the piece. Thank you, that's the spirit. Okay, now coming to the bottom, draw the line first, the intersecting line. Then you have circles at the bottom. So at places I am not getting proper straight lines, because that disturbs the. Now here the pattern is going to be something different, so just turn it this way, keep it horizontally, then start the, this of course will be, you will follow the same line. Then where this line ends, you can start the curves. This is just the curves I am doing. It is not head and tail stroke. All these stuffs you will see in the original painting, Meenakari work, where they have the gold, copper or silver wires done like that. Okay, then place dots at the tip. It's enameling, right? So keep dots. So this is on one side. Repeat it on the other side also. Now after doing all this, we will start with the stone fixing. For the stone fixing, as I told you in the intro, we need 3 colors. The colors are of course once again green, red and white. And for blue, instead of the stones I have used blue paint. Okay, you can use blue stones also, but very rarely they use. But try to use these 3 colors. I am going to use 5 mm green, then 5 mm white also, and little bit of red. Okay, here once again for the work you need the liner and the brush, the back side of the brush we will be in need of. Okay, now starting from the top, on the green just squeeze a little bit where there is a curve. Okay, little bit of glue I will apply here. Just touch little glue on the back side of the brush and pick up one by one. Place it on top, give a gentle press, and then you can twist and remove the brush. It will be a little slippery, so you have to be very careful while lifting the brush. Done. Now in between the gaps you can make dots, big one, then followed by tiny ones. It will be the reverse on the other side. So from the left side you will have the big dots starting this end, and towards the center it will be the smaller ones. Okay, then coming to the main frame, Do it very slowly, no issues. So your work should be perfect, neat and good. This time for Ganesh Chaturthi, instead of creating a backdrop, you can create one such frame for the to celebrate the festival also. Now over here you can add white stones. Depending upon the size of the stones, you squeeze the liner, pick up one by one. Use lot of white stones. It will look very pretty and grand. Anyone who is new to this session, please do not apply glue on the non-fabric base. Just apply the glue and then fix the stones. Only for the fabric we use the glue. Just fix it. And repeat the same on the, throughout the arch. Okay. Now coming to the center of the flower, once again it is the stone fixing. Again white stones, 5 mm. Do the outline and then fix the stones. Okay. Then just by the side of it make a plus. Just create the design using the plus symbol. Okay, this is sort of filling the sides. Try to create big lines, broad ones, thick ones rather. Then on the brown here, let us create some cross lines, diagonal lines, and leave it. Here in between the two flowers, I will show you. Just wipe the nozzle now and then. Now in between the flowers you have gaps, right? There you do the head and tail stroke from one side first, then the opposite side, thereby completing it. And at the bottom you can fix a stone. Once again white, preferably white. Understood? Then here on the orange, I have green. Okay, fine. Draw the outline from both the sides. Then start from the center so that you place them, you space them evenly on both the sides. So you start from the center, squeeze the liner, and then start fixing a green stone. Here I am using green stones because the base is orange. Okay, just take a green stone and then you fix it up. Then squeeze some more on either side. So this is how you have to do when you place the stones on a straight line. Start always from the center and proceed towards the sides, so that you have uniform numbers. Otherwise you have to mark and then do the work. Okay, so this is how you have to do the rest of the work. So I have shown you the stone fixing for the sides, for the main arch, for the top, and for the lotus also. And the gap between the lotus on either side, you can either fix stones or you can make running designs also. Understand? I'll show you a finished one, how I have done it, and then proceed with the Ganesha. this is the one I have done. Just a minute. Let me take the paper so that, yeah. So this is fully done. Just have a look at it, what all I have done. Nothing special, of course. What I have taught you so far, the same thing is being carried out in this. Understood? The lotus, then the sides I have fixed the stones because the area is small, so I don't want to go with too many intricate patterns, making it as simple as possible. And then the lines over here, then stones are fixed here, then to the top gold dots, then for the side the mains arch, it's once again the white stones started with thank you Rekha, started with white stones, then the side flowers with again white stones, the base also with white stones, and finally at the bottom on the orange I have placed green stones. No red stones I have used, it's only green and white I have used. Okay, because the other colors are little this thing. In case if you are using more of silver, then red will be apt for it. But here it's more of gold, so I am using white and green. Understood? Now, moving on to the Ganesha. This I leave it aside. Where did the trace go? Here. Just a minute. Now this is the Ganesha which I am going to do. Of course not fully, part of it I will be doing. And this I took it from the Pinterest. So the full credit goes to the creator and not to me. So here you can use either mold it, Fevicryl mold it to create these to give an embossed effect or relief art. You can do that, or you can mix marble powder and Fevicol, put it in a cone, plastic cone, and then you fill it up portion by portion. Draw the outline first and then fill it up. Once this, do it on an MDF board. Okay, then this is the MDF board. On the MDF board you trace the design and then start filling the patches with the marble powder and the Fevicol mix. Thank you Geeta, thank you Rekha, thank you Samyukta. And then you need to fill it up like this. So this is completely dried, no dent, no nothing is there, it's perfect, very smooth, just touching the outline. It's a small floral pattern I have done because I want to teach you the technique alone. I cannot be doing it fully. So I have drawn floral pattern and filled it with the cone. If you want I can show you with the cone again, but let me do it somewhere else here, because while fixing the gold it will definitely disturb our work. So make a circle and then of course in future we will be doing other marble Ganesh also. That time I will teach you in detail the mixing and other stuffs. Now over here just draw the outline with the mix and then try to fill it up. And then you just shake it like this, tap it so that it spreads automatically and you get a proper filling. This is how it should be. No ups and downs, no dents, nothing. Smooth filling, just leave it as it is. It will dry, maybe it will take 2 to 3 hours for perfect, not for perfect drying, but little bit of, okay. So maybe overnight you have to leave, only then you get a solid like a feel. Now once this is done, you need to fix the gold on top. Imagine this is the Ganesh not the Ganesh, imagine just this is the Ganesh I have done. Okay, now how to fix the gold? For gold fixing, I told you it is the synthetic foil which is available in the market, and you need this thing, what is that, scissors, and then gold paint. Here I am not going to use any glue, understand? So no glue is used here, only the gold paint and the brush, of course, along with the this thing, gold leaves. Now apply gold paint on the work you have done. Okay, fully. Just take very little, and then just follow the technique of dry brush stroke. Don't apply the color too much. Just take little by little. Maybe twice or thrice you can coat it. Okay. Just superficially you give the first coat. I'll show you how it is being applied. It should not be patchy. It should be like this, smoothly and evenly spread out on the this thing, what do you call, the base. It could be either molded clay or the marble powder mix. That is left to you. If you have the marble powder mix, well and good, you can go ahead. If you have the molded also, only thing is it takes more time, but it will dry up very fast, whereas here you need to wait for a day, that is maybe overnight. Okay. Now again the second coat, just wait for 2 to 3 minutes. Then you start loading the brush again with the same color, gold. Now give the second coat, just like the first one. It should not be in patches and no extra paint at all. Only on the marble, the base, you have to apply the color. Then go for the third coat. Better to go for 3 coats. Now the color is perfect. Just spread them nicely. Here also, in between the center portion and the petal, I want gold sheet. So on the wood also I am applying the gold paint. Done. Now you take the leaf, gold leaf, cut it into small bits, say about 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter in size. Understood? It's already cut and kept ready. Here is the piece. It is sandwiched between 2 butter papers. So you get the sheet sandwiched between the 2 butter papers. So you can just take it along with the gold sheet. Then place the gold sheet on top. Give a gentle press to begin with, and then using the same butter paper, try to move the paper from one petal or one portion to the other portion. Give a press. Move it to the next one. Give a press. Done. Now when you find here, one petal is left as it is. So take one more paper. There will be a lot of wastages. Never mind. Okay, your work should be very neat. So take one more paper, place it over there, give a press. Don't rub it, just press it, okay? If you rub it, you will not get a smooth finish. So you need to give a gentle press. I'm not pressing it too hard. I'm just moving my finger like this. Yes, done. Just see. Now I'm going to blow air. Can you see it's flying? So the excess gold sheet which is around it is not fixed because we have not applied the color or the glue over there. So only on the wanted portions we have applied the color and we are sticking the gold on top of it. Now it gets stuck. Now how to remove the excess paper which keeps flying. Take the flat brush, preferably a flat brush. இது நான் ஏற்கனவே காமிச்சிருக்கேன் சம்யுக்தா, but still I don't mind. You can get it through online. Ideal Art Gold Leaves. I can take a screenshot and share it in the group also. You can source for it. Okay. Then using a flat brush, a dried one, not a wet one. Remember? Just keep it on top and try to don't do it immediately. You need some drying time, but here I'm doing it immediately. But when you are doing it, leave it to set for something, say about 2 to 3 hours, and then start removing the excess gold. Just do like this, so the excess gold flies off. Okay, now horizontally we have done, but still you find some pieces sticking to it. So what you do is you push the brush like this, try to pull the thing and then dust it off. Just push your brush. Use a soft brush, don't use a rough brush, and that too a flat brush. Just see the solid look, the output which we have got. But never do it immediately. Just for yours, this thing I'm doing, if you do it immediately, what happens is you will try to remove the gold on top of the base also. So konja time anakapra you can just take it off like this. You just push the brush to the corners and try to fine. Still some more to be removed, but it's not coming because it's still wet. Just see the solid finish. Okay. Now I'll show you the finished Ganesha, and then what is to be done next we will proceed. This is the one we need, and this is the Ganesha I have done. Background red once again. Understood. You will find lot of red and blue colors for the background in Meenakari style of work. So I have chosen red. This is crimson red acrylic, and then outlined it with black to enhance the Ganesh. And here also certain portions I have done it with black outline, especially the fingers and other stuffs. Now there is one more option. You can just outline it with black, or else you can do it with the liner also to enhance it. Now we will do with the liner. Not everywhere, here and there. Okay. Now for the headgear, the mukut, you can make one line and then keep dots on top of it. And then for the chain, it is the dots. For the first chain, don't use colors and all, just go with gold Ganesh. Thank you, Shobha. And then the other one below that, make head and tail strokes, one of my favorites. Bold head and tail. Done. Now for the fingers also, I wanted to use the liner. So what I will do is just it is not head and tail, it is just the filling. So first straight line, then for the second finger, then the third finger, fourth one, then we have the side, the thumb also, and here you can make small curves. So, understood? Now let us do the right hand also. The first one, without touching each other, just like how we do the muck work in Tanju style, same way. Make it bold enough. Done. Hi Nagakumari, good evening. I've done the right side. Okay. Now to the bottom for the jewelry, we have, when you look into the picture, you will see all this. Just see here, ornaments. Okay. And similarly at the bottom, the anklets, 1, 2 and 3 numbers you can add. Then onto the thigh of the left side, same way. Then here 1, 2 and 3. Now the toe fingers you have to do. For the toe fingers, just like how we did for the hands, it's a filling, but you have to get the proper shape. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I marked. So this is the main finger, then the one next to it, the ring finger, then the third one, fourth one. It's a filling, I repeat, it is not head and tail, it's just filling. Then the right leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So start from the first one, the second, third, fourth and the fifth. Okay, here also you can add some pattern. This is just optional. If you want, you can add with the liner, otherwise mark it with black outline. That is also will be good. Now on the trunk, you can start from the center. Actually, I'm not going to draw the eyes and other stuffs, but only the done. And here the tusk, make it bold on one side, and one side it will be half cut. So make sure that you make the difference between the two. Understood? Now this is done. The next step, I'm not going to fix it because it is not yet dried. Did not want to mess it up. Once this is done, I will just place it this way and show you the final piece. Here what I would recommend is, you can give a white base coat or a gold color, pearl metallic gold paint on top over here. Then place it perfectly. Understood? I am placing it exactly in the center so that you can all view it. Done. Now where is the finished one? Yeah. This is the finished one. Here is an option for you. One is you can cut the center portion and make it open. This you keep it as it is, okay, so that the things will be seen clearly. Otherwise there is no need for you to frame it also. Otherwise what you do is just place this on top without cutting the center open. Place this so that it will protect the Ganesh also, as if it's being framed. Cut only the outline, apply glue on the MDF frame, and then start fixing it. Understood? We will do that now. I will just cut it. Since this is a 4 mm MDF, you have gaps between the baseboard and the top, so that when you keep the sheet on top, it will not disturb the base work. So now we will just cut the outline and then place it over there, and I'll show you. With that we come to the end of the session, but see to it the center portion is clean. Okay, you have to be very, very careful. Just see, cut along the outline. Any doubt till now, please ask me. I'll just shift this to one side and I'll show you the cutting. Just follow the outline. It is not necessary that you should place only Ganesha in the center of the Jericho. You can even make decoupage work also, or do some other painting, miniature painting, and fix it in the center. It can be used as a gift article too, and for your personal use also you can make. Very, very economical. Just an OHP sheet, the colors, glass colors, and one liner is enough for the entire picture. And stones, of course, are very low priced. Those who are going to start immediately, please show only the Jeroka. The center portion you can do later, and then you can just use it for yourself. Okay. You can have a series of Jeroka painted and take it on the staircase also, sides of the staircase. It will be a very beautiful placement. I am not going to cut the center portion. Cut it very close to the gold outline. Don't let the OHP sheet not be seen, because I find most of the times people just leave the OHP sheet also to be shown, and then it's not done. So we have done it. Thank you, Rekha. Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am. Thank you so much. Hope it is perfect. Yes. Now take this, keep it on top, covering the MDF board. Yes, done. Understood? So I will just come and show you from the other side, little closer. This is, yeah, now it is perfect. Any doubts you have, please ask me. Do the work, the Meenakari style of work on an OHP sheet and then place it on an MDF board. If not, you can even use some thicker corrugated sheets also. Pile up them together, 2 or 3 numbers, and then fix it on top. Okay. Like a sustainable project. So whatever is readily available, you can do. So make this Ganesha bring prosperity, good health and wealth to you all for this Ganesh Chaturthi, and I wish you all a very, very happy advanced Chaturthi wishes. So this is the one we have done today. Understood? Those who want to take a screenshot, you may do it. Okay, now let me just come on that side. Hope it was an interesting session and you all like it. Do create a piece for yourself, and if possible, do share it as soon as possible. Thank you, Rekha. Thank you so much for the wishes. Enjoy Chaturthi and be happy and be healthy. Take care and bye bye. See you all soon with a different live session. And our Madhubani is still pending. We will do that also, along with some other innovative, very, very good articles too. Okay. Thank you, Shobha. Do try. Thank you, Samyukta. Wish you the same. Happy Chaturthi to you all. Thank you. Thank you, Nagu Kumari. Thank you so much. It's okay, Rekha. It happens sometimes. No issues. Okay. I will just focus the camera. So, yes. Thank you and bye bye.